Welcome into the Sports Buffoons podcast.
Turned on. So with that being said,
Mike's turned on by the NBA.
You want to know?
And that doesn't happen very
You
often.
want to know why I'm turned on by the fact you talked about the NBA? Is because I just realized something. Michael Jordan, he's named People's Sexiest Man Alive. Like, what is that? like I saw that recently in an article.
Wait, like
and
this year?
yeah, this came out. I mean, this came out
What?
recently this year. As far as I don't know, maybe he's sexy because he's just so freaking alpha. Maybe he's sexy because he's the most dominant NBA player of all time, consistently. I don't really know what it is, but this came out recently. I know Tater's getting on the Google machine right now. This came out, man. This might be a thing. He's named People's Sexiest Man Alive, is what I've been told by a friend. I might be wrong. Who knows? But so with that being said, we have a lot of NBA now coming back around. We've taken a time off from talking about it, and basically, I'll talk about Michael Jordan because he is the sexiest man alive. He gets to be turned on, but you guys have different
You
perspectives.
sure it's not Michael B. Jordan?
Oh crap! I need it. All right,
It might be.
Yeah, so I'm not actually surprised that you said that, Mike. I mean, because Michael Jordan is only in his 50s, so we've seen a lot of famous people over the years be voted sexiest man of the year, and they're all in their 50s, and that's because when a lot of times the men, they hit their peak when they're in their 50s, and that's okay.
Michael
But-
B. Jordan, though, he's 33.
I'm just saying,
Michael
it could
B.
be.
Jordan, yeah.
Damn, Tanner, I think you caught. That's what she meant by that. When she said Michael Jordan's the sexiest man alive.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
okay. So go ahead, guys. Talk about the NBA for me, please.
It doesn't surprise me because he's the GOAT, and also because he's in his 50s, which is when men hit their, their peak.
Yeah.
But we got to get to today's game, guys, and we want to talk about the NBA that's going on right now. We got free agency and the draft coming up, and so the biggest debate for me right now is, if James Harden, we got some rumors out there that James Harden might be going to the Brooklyn Nets to play with KD and Kyrie Irving. And so what's your opinion on this, Tanner? Do you think that's going to be enough, or will it be too much to overtake the Los Angeles Lakers?
So I was thinking about this as well. Like Harden with Durant and Irving in the Nets with the new system, and Steve Nash is the head coach, right? A little different than their Oklahoma days. But man, they had a dominant point guard, Durant and Harden in Oklahoma City, and they couldn't overcome to that national championship level there. Why would they do it with Kyrie? That's what I want to know. How was this Westbrook versus Kyrie?
Well, I mean, Kyrie is just a better scorer. I mean, he's a better shooter for sure. If you're comparing him to Russell Westbrook, God bless his soul, I love him as a player, but he can't shoot.
No, he does struggle.
Kyrie, not only can he shoot, but he is a clutch player. He can hit shots in the clutch, and so. If we're just talking about Russell Westbrook versus Kyrie right now, I mean, I'll take Kyrie all day
Gives him
long.
an edge. Okay, now here's my biggest thing. Next is health. Can Kyrie stay healthy? Can Kevin Durant stay healthy throughout the year to have that playoff push, or do you monitor their minutes? Because Harden is never injured or rarely injured. Durant and Irving coming into this team with that push.
Yeah, so the point that you just brought up is the reason why I don't think this deal is going to happen.
Yep.
Because the Nets are going to have to give up the farm. They are absolutely going to have to give up the farm just to get James Harden on the team. So they're going to have to give up Spencer Dinwiddie, Jared Allen,
Jared's my guy, too.
Karis LeVert. They're going to have to give up all their picks. And so, you're going to have 3 studs on your team. But who are you going to have on that bench? And if one of those guys does get injured, which will most likely be Kyrie Irving, I'm just going off of history here. Kyrie is probably the one that's most likely to get injured. I mean, who are you going to have on that bench? And so I will propose to you right now a better deal. And this will be if James Harden goes to the Golden State Warriors, okay? Just let that sink in for a second. And the reason I bring it up is because the Golden State Warriors, out of all the teams in the NBA, they have the best package. They can offer the best deal right now for James Harden. They have the number 2 overall pick.
Yep.
They have the 2021 first-round pick, which could end up being a lottery pick from the Minnesota Timberwolves. And they also have a 25-year-old Andrew Wiggins. And so they have the best offer to give for James Harden. So if you had Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, James Harden, and Draymond Green on the same team, how good do you think that Warriors team would do against LeBron James and the Lakers?
It goes 7 for sure. I'd have to check out players LeBron retains or gets out of this free agency here. It'd be a big question on that. But if they don't get any key pieces for their depth, then this could definitely be a Warriors conference once again if Harden becomes into that piece.
Well, I'm going to keep it simple for you right now. LeBron James is going to have to load the F up. He will have to load the F up because if he's just rolling with AD, he is not going to come close. And that will not be
enough.
Absolutely not be a 7-game series. I'm telling you, that's probably going to be a 5-game series if they get Harden, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry. You can just call it right now.
We're waiting on severity of that. Klay is hurt again. So that could impact as well decisions. But yes, those teams in the West would have to really load up. Somebody would to have to compete with a Harden, Steph, Draymond. What happens? What if they trade off a different piece and keep Wiggins and Harden? Like, do they have a superstar team on that?
Yeah, I don't think the money works.
You don't think the money works that way? Okay.
Wiggins' contract is worth way too much.
That's
you
what
would
I thought.
have to include Wiggins in the deal.
Wiggins would have to be part of any deal, essentially, for a key superstar.
If I had my choice, I would totally take the Brooklyn Nets on this. I would love to see Harden be teamed back with KD because those two obviously have played together before.
They connected really well, too.
But we got to see what KD is like because
he hasn't played it.
There have been very few players in any sport throughout history that have come back successfully from that injury. And so I have a little bit of concern with KD, and I want to know what he's going to look like. But if he was 100%, that would be my first choice to see him and Kyrie and James Harden do the thing.
I think KD was almost better as a Thunder when he wasn't under as much pressure he was pressure for a title, but he was with the Warriors and he had more to share the ball. But now that KD could be just him and Kyrie, and possibly Harden, this could be a whole different KD we're seeing coming up.
All right. So what do you think about Russell Westbrook, Tanner? What are his options this year?
All right. So there's rumors saying he's going to go pair with John Wall at the Wizards. Once again, injury-prone guy lately. He has not been able to stay healthy. You also got the New York Knicks are looking for a face again. They want somebody there. Obviously, if he was smart, he would not go to the Knicks at all because that's just god-awful, and you're not going to get a title there. So it depends how much he wants to win and compromise.
Yeah, I just think that it's great for Russell Westbrook to change teams right now, and I think he needs to be the face of a franchise.
Yeah.
So
that's what he used to be.
Only way he's going to be the face of a franchise is with the New York Knicks.
Yeah.
And so you're not going to win. You don't have any options basically at this point in your career to win a championship, but you're one of the best players ever to play the game because you averaged a triple-double for 2 seasons.
Dominant.
And so the best option for him is to go to the Knicks, be the face of the franchise, get all of the money that you can, which we are always a proponent of that on this show. And so for me, he's got to go to the Knicks.
It has to be the Knicks. It's almost like he didn't play last year because you never heard his name with Harden. And when he was with the Thunder, he was the Thunder. That was the Thunder, him and Adams, pretty much. Now, if he goes to the Knicks, once again, maybe the big head comes back out, and now he's slamming and busting all up on fools. So I don't know about that. It's gonna be interesting to see where he goes and how he plays his cards.
Yeah, so you've got CP3 headed to the Suns right now to pair up with Devin Booker.
And they're already practicing, too.
Yeah, so what's your outlook on that? Do you think that was a good deal for the Suns?
I was actually more surprised than I think it was a good deal. I was surprised that they made that move. I was surprised the Thunder made that move. But it was actually better for the Thunder, I think, in the end. But as an experienced point guard coming into play to help with Booker, DeAndre Ayton's there. Is Oubre still there, Kelly?
No, they had to give up Oubre.
They had to give up Oubre. Okay. So, Ayton, you had a big guy who's been consistent. Booker, who's been ridiculous. And he seems to improve every year he's been in the league. I don't know how you improve, but he improves even more. And now CP3, who can help manage that court. I mean, the Suns could be back in potential playoff business right now.
Yeah, I think it was a great trade. I mean, you've got a guy like CP3 that's, he doesn't have a lot of gas left in the tank, right? He's 35 years old. He's going to be washed soon if he's not already washed. But he's going to be a really good influence on Devin Booker.
Yes.
And then at the same time, I think it was a great trade for OKC because you get a CP3 off the books. So you get that bad contract off the books. It was a great trade for both sides. And CP3, man, I've always been a fan of him, even though I've never been a fan of his teams that he's played on. But he's a great ambassador to the game, and I just want to see him go out in style. I wish that he could have gotten at least one championship throughout his entire career, but it just didn't happen.
You thought it would be at least the Clippers or the Rockets with him, and it just never worked out that way. Never did. So I got one guy real quick I want to ask you about that is potential that could make it the Celtics. Gordon Hayward. They extended it to today. I haven't heard any decisions, but it sounds like the Celtics may not be signing that tender. Do you see where he may be going in the league?
Yeah, I mean he's a great player. I mean, I think the teams that might want to look at him are teams that need scoring.
Yes.
Because if I'm looking for a wing defender, that's the last place I'm going to look. But if you're just looking for a guy that's going to, get a high percentage shot up, then I would definitely take a look at Gordon Hayward. But as far as the Celtics are concerned, you definitely have to get that contract off the books because they're playing for the future. I mean, they've got so many young studs on that team that you got to move on from Gordon Hayward for sure.
Yeah, and they still got tons of draft picks still too from their trades they made. So that's a big plus there.
I did find out, by the way, you guys, it was Michael B. Jordan.
It was
the sexiest man alive. Went through his pictures for a minute and all that, and hey, it's not too bad. Okay, I can get it. It's fine.
Do you ever see?
Yeah. That's that guy.
No.
Wait.
But Michael B. Jordan was in.
Oh, you're right. He was one of the
he was
secondary
like the bad
characters.
guy.
Right. Okay.
I don't believe it. I still go with Michael Jeffrey Jordan. He gets my vote.
Exactly. That was my entire point of bringing up this topic. See, here you guys are, getting me all turned on, talking about Michael Jordan, and you guys go on an NBA rant for 10 minutes. This is what I end up getting every time, and I was mistaken. It ended up being a different actor.
Hey, did you have any thoughts on the NBA going on, or are you paying attention?
Well, we talked about the Raptors a week or two ago.
So that was cool.
That's cool. That's a fun little thing. But, guys, I think that they're going to play some basketball. And I think that LeBron James is going to be LeBron James. And I think that they're going to do, the league. They're going to get the league going.
Sounds pretty
Well,
cool.
can put into this, but what is it going to take to put LeBron James over the top, to make him the GOAT ahead of Michael Jordan? What would it take for you personally?
For me personally, actually, I require 2 more rings from LeBron James. And then at that point, I could really make a debate, discussion with that and take it seriously.
So 2 more rings would put it in the discussion. Then.
Yes, because right now it's not a discussion.
Jason's question was, what is it going to take to put it over the top?
Over the top?
There's no discussion, as in it's LeBron.
Well, 2 more rings makes it 50-50 to me.
Okay, so he needs 4 more rings?
3 would put him over the top to me.
Three
Three more.
over the top. Okay.
3 more. He's the GOAT. Give it to him.
Okay.
But at this moment right now, it's not in my mind right now that he's even close to being as good as a couple other guys actually.
Well,
but
he's
Jordan
gonna
in
have
particular.
He's gonna have some tests coming up. So
Bottom line with LeBron, guys, just enjoy the moment because he's one of the best players we've ever seen.
Yeah.
And just enjoy the moment because he's done a lot of great things and he's got a lot more great things left to do.
Yeah.
So
Keep in mind, we're never being haters on LeBron. We're only like hating, honestly, the media, the way that they push LeBron the way that they do. Because I know he's the hot face of the NBA, has been for the last 15 years. But let's keep that in mind. Is that they're the reason why we have the thoughts that we do, and I think that's probably the big topic of that. But